I'm Henry Russo.
And I'm Stephanie Russo. We both moved here from Long Island, New York in 2006.
So people usually ask me the same thing. Why did you move here from New York, a major metropolitan area, to little podunk Greenville, Pennsylvania? And for a while that caught me off guard. And then I realized after telling that to people and traveling a lot that it's a really nice place to live. It doesn't have major industry like it did. It doesn't have, particular mountain scene in the background like some areas do, or, a big raging river that attracts a lot of tourism. It's very quaint mountain town, an Appalachian mountain town that has survived, a rough stint and has been going uphill since. The housing has been getting better. The town's getting better. We bought and restored this old Victorian for pennies on the dollar. And it's turned out to be an excellent place to live and an excellent choice for us.
Yeah, I think with Greenville, for me, if you could just sum it up in one word, it would be the word community. I think, the fact that when you think of a small town, there's always that negative conception that, oh, everyone knows everybody, everyone knows everyone's business. But there is something positive to that too. It's just so sweet and so quaint to be able to sit out on my front porch and, strike up a conversation literally with my neighbor. She walks, off of her front porch, and then we're standing in the middle of the street having a conversation, and the next neighbor comes over and sees us and she's bringing us cookies, or that neighbor down the street, oh, I've got some tomatoes, and then we're all in the middle of the street having a conversation and going into each other's homes and inviting each other over for dinner the next day. And I think just living, not necessarily just on Eagle Street, but living in this community, you have those opportunities to get to know each other on a more deeper, more intimate level, where you begin to really care for one another, and it blossoms and grows into something bigger.
Growth. We've lived in other parts of town before living where we live now, and it's been the same. It's definitely been the same. Like, the community is always there. Everybody's always getting together for something. Whether you're on their front porches or in the winter, we all like help each other snow blow and stuff, and clear sidewalks for the old people and whatnot. And it's definitely community. I did not have that living in New York, and it's really cool to actually have neighbors that you like.
Yes, so. And that you can get to know, and you want to get to know, and to look out for one another. We have elderly neighbors here that we genuinely care about and really do look after. And we're curious to know, oh, did you see Harvey today? What's he doing? Did you bring him something to eat, or how's, So it's more of a family oriented atmosphere and lifestyle, I think. And that's what Greenville really means to me.
The house you see in the background here is a 18th century Victorian that we purchased and restored, and we bought it for 22 grand, and it wasn't in dire need of restoration, but it's placed in such a beautiful little town that it was worth the effort. Plus, the big thing is you can actually afford to fix it. This particular region has a very, very good income to cost of living ratio that a lot of places don't have. They have been bought up, just simply priced out of competition, so to say. But these little Appalachia mountain towns that Greenville is part of have the ability to do really good in them financially if you're willing to fix up an old home or something. And if it wasn't for the market that Greenville has and the surrounding area for housing, it wouldn't have been able to do it. I'll put it frankly, I would not be where I am today if I didn't live here in Greenville. That's the truth.
It's the truth, for sure.
Because the people we've met have helped us. I've had help from the neighbors. We were putting in a pipeline in the backyard, and I was digging by myself, and the one neighbor seen me digging, and I didn't know these people. And he came over with a pick and said, "You mind if I help you?" I was like, "You sure, Grip, start digging." And then before you know it, there was another guy, and we had 12 guys digging this ditch, and I didn't know their names. So that was a moment that I realized there's something here
There's
that
something here for
wasn't
sure.
anywhere else I've been.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I could speak honestly on that. The community, again, is just phenomenal.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, if you think about it mathematically, the more money you keep to put into your business, the better your business is going to get off the ground. You're going to be spending less overhead, less for the property, and there's still plenty of people out here and plenty of business opportunity. It is definitely easier to get started here because of the cost of living. We've been getting into purchasing a shop for auto repair, and it would not be possible for me to do what I'm doing here in, let's say, New York, where we lived, because just the vacant lot would be 2.3, 1.2 million. Where here you can buy a functioning business with all the land and all the stuff for 250 to 500 and immediately be in business. And it's not you won't make less money because of the area. You'll make the same amount of money, you'll just be spending a lot less. So as far as entrepreneurship and building up a business of your dreams, these small towns are where to do it. And that's from experience.
Yeah, I think just from my perspective and my standpoint, just having the support of the community and having the support of the people that I've met just from being in this community, the networking opportunities for me personally have been phenomenal. And just being able to utilize the word of mouth in people that I've gotten to know just from working at my previous jobs and just from living here in Greenville and living on this street has really given me the opportunity to expand and grow my business based on word of mouth. Okay, I think I have it.
You want to think about it for a second?
The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Greenville is quaint.
Cozy. Yeah, there's nothing like looking out the window with your warm cup of coffee as the snow comes down at these beautiful manicured homes on these beautiful brick-lined streets. It is something from a Norman Rockwell painting.
Yeah. I was going to say Thomas Kincaid, but yeah.
Both. Yes. Again, it's that community,
it's like
that
camaraderie.
Yeah, the community just binds everybody to knowing it. We all live in a small space. I remember one of my a mentor mechanics said to me when I was fresh out of the city, he was dealing with a customer and the customer was being just irate about something, and he just took care of him and everything was fine. And I wondered to him, coming from the city, I was like, why didn't you tell that guy to pound salt? And he said, we live in too small of an area to make a bad name. And I didn't understand that fully until I did. And it's the word of mouth. It's the your reputation means a lot out here because people know you. You're not just a face in a crowd. And I think that does add to the lack of crime. People know each other and they care about each other. And they also know that whatever they do is going to stick to them in this small town. So take that for better or for worse, but it's definitely been for better.
At least in our perspective.
It's a great place to have dogs too.